so buckle your seatbelts, or don't, but I'm going to be here, and Skinny right next to me as Kango's Instinct goes off for the first round joust. Here it is, 10 minutes on the clock. Kango's over on orange side, Instinct on blue.
Great interception coming out from the Instinct team. Trying to reset it, unfortunately, not able to recover it correctly. Good slap, but recovered by Kangorillaz, slowing it down. Matt looking for his options.
Maybe he has, well, he does have a couple, and in fact, maybe a few. Now, the defense playing up on this one, but Loveridge actually just squeezing through, but then getting squeezed off there on the defensive, but the grab from Matt in the back line going to buy themselves another chance here as they reset to sealable, so that rectangle formation that Kangos loves to roll up with, playing dividends for a great start here on the dunk. Kangos up 2.
Absolutely. Great baits coming out from Instinct on the first interception, but unfortunately not able to clear it. Mad with a great interception and the drive making it a good two-pointer to start off the game.
And quick hello to everyone in the Twitch chat. See National Agency there, as well as VRML JJ saying hype. I play an Onward/Pavlog League, but this is honestly a nice change of pace. Really enjoying this. Well, thanks. We enjoy having you here. Also see Jason and Chronic Pones. Going in there is Loveridge for the snag, and right back to Kango's here, perhaps, if they can get the disc to the other side.
Yeah, I think that was a pass attempt missed, but good block by Strambitsky allows him to just push up with his team. That's it. Goes for under, and good two-pointer.
Skinny, the passing again. I've been raving about it so much. The passes consistently since day one, year one, 2017. My favorite thing, and none better than that. Look at the great positional passes, even in the stride, avoiding the stun and grab. I mean, this is what I mean. Kangos have been on an absolute roll. Cannot possibly play any more perfectly than they have in these first 4 games for them.
Absolutely, yeah, with the insane pressure coming out from Instinct, the passing is proving really, really well for them right now. As Kavichi approaches the goal, goes for a cut, but completes it, but...
And recovered here by Kanamara, but only briefly. Loveridge there contesting, slapping it out. But yeah, that passing, honestly, that's what got away from Kangos a bit in the preseason there. When they did struggle a little bit. I mean, I say struggle, and they still finished, I believe, top 5, number 5. But just they weren't executing their passes to the degree that we're used to from previous seasons and competition and things like that. So I think maybe now they finally found their stride in 4v4 and really kind of understand the flow and chemistry better, and they're just rolling here.
Yeah, absolutely. Good execution coming out of Instinct. Just Kangorillaz abusing every single mistake that Instinct makes and not letting them any breathing room.
Now for Instinct, that being said here, again, we mentioned the connoisseur vote as that pass just missing. And Kavichi recovering. Maybe one more attempt, but just the passes for Instinct right now slightly off. Maybe some early game jitters, but nothing that they can't come back from. But yeah, okay, so what I was saying, though, the connoisseur system. For Instinct, they were actually voted against as well in that Ignite match. They were Ignite was favored pretty well from what I recall. I believe. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know people were favoring Ignite quite a bit. And kind of in my head, I was thinking, having casted Instinct's matches so far, they've been the surprise team. Everyone knows they're good. They had a good preseason, but then in week 1 of season 1, they added a couple extra players, Spank and Cruisin', and they've been looking like just an extra step better now. So Instinct already proved people wrong once against Ignite. Maybe they can do it again versus Kang.
Yeah, both great additions to the team. Cruisin', a very good goalie, known in the community, and then just as I say that, a bad reset coming out from Strambitsky allows Connemara Chaos to get it for Instinct.
Woo.
Tries to juke out.
Holding on to it a bit long there, but yeah, maybe not going to pay off. Actually, no, the dive there. Cruisin' gets it back, tries to send a soft one to Connemara. There is the Chaos in the rim for their first 2 points. Instinct.
Yeah, great response coming out from Instinct, bringing it to a 2-point game with 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go.
And just curious, so many games in preseason I can't remember, but did you guys, when you were playing on Rampage, did you face Instinct and their former roster there?
I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure not. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me they're performing this well. I've known these players for a long time now, and I'm happy to see them being able to compete against the Kangorillaz.
Absolutely. Right here, the Kangorillaz just being stunned. It's Strembitsky. Can't go without mentioning Strem. He's really, really been leading the pack offensively here for Kangos, going on some tears. Right now, though, Cruzen looking to tear up the goal for another 2, and there is the 4-point tie with 5 left in round 1.
Yeah, Instinct coming out with the good punches, not allowing Kangorillaz to come and defend. Connemara and Chaos, and Cruzen, sorry, creating the 1v1 for the 2-pointer to tie the game.
Good look there. Just bought themselves, that relatively uncontested goal. When you get those opportunities to go at the goalie without 2 or 3 other players on the defense going after you, it's gonna buy you a lot more opportunities and potential to score. You don't want to.
Yeah,
You don't want to be diving out into those goals where it's just 7 or 8 players clustered up. Those ones can get really, really difficult to score in.
Yeah, Instinct starting to space them out just perfectly, so not allowing Kangorillaz to make that advance. But just as I said, Strembitsky is forced to reset it back to Mad, who's trying to slow down the play and just try to find a little opening under the Instinct. And good punch coming out, allows Cruzen to recover. It goes for the clear, and now the race starts.
And back to it first, it looks like will be Mad, perhaps just the backline brawling there. Looks like Loveridge. Or maybe Strem actually playing that mid lane and just bothering some of the stacks. So doing a good job on that end.
Yeah, good job recognizing that Mad had the disc if he was able to interrupt the boosts.
And now going for a back pass, but it's going to be just taken out there by Sealable. So he'll go for maybe a semi-cloud going through, but now the boost recovering there. Right back at him is Mad. Mad looking for Strembitsky. No momentum, takes the shot, has to take it. As the defense was collapsing on him. Gets it to Sealable back now. Sealable looking over to the corners. Finds no one but the cameraman as it sails past us and then taken here. Right back for Strem, but a pile-up forming. And Instinct taking us away. They've got themselves a nice looking boost for a rebounded goal. And Kangos, they are down by 2 with 3 minutes left. So in a position they're not maybe familiar with a whole lot in Season 1.
Yeah, absolutely great play by Instinct, not allowing any passes, just pressuring. Good clear coming out and a good boost.
An Oz Cable guy in the chat, thanks for stopping by, man, saying proof that Kangorillaz are mortal. Make them bleed. Well, Instinct's trying. Strembitsky here trying to find a pass to Seal over to Loveridge. Loveridge and Sealable bag, they've been teammates since, well, there was a break in between, I should say, but back in 2017, the original Kangorillaz in Season 1 of ESL, they competed on that together, and then kind of split off for a while there, Season 2, but then just came right back, and now for the last year in competition, just showing that good chemistry. Longtime friends, teammates, all the above.
Yeah, good leash coming out from Instinct, not allowing the boost from Kangorillaz to intercept the drive, and now Kangorillaz again forced by the pressure to do a bad clear, and Instinct going to pressure again. Gets the interception and goes for the 2-minute, but just missing. But there is
put back. Cruzen gets that one in, and now down by 4 are Kangos. So off to a nice start for Instinct, and this is why I said exactly what I did before the stream started. Kangos have been playing perfectly. Almost too perfectly, in the sense that at some point, and I mean, it's hard to sustain what they've been doing as well. So all it would really take is Instinct having maybe an above-average game and Kangos having just an average game even for this to be a really close one. Right now, kind of proving to unfold that way perhaps with 1:20 left.
Yeah, now with Kangorillaz on the clock, not able to complete a cut and going to be cleared by Instinct.
And right into the pocket, taken here by Spank, looking for a bouncer. Doesn't look like it'll find the goal, and now Kango's finding the recovery. About a minute left there, still in this game, but do need to make a move rather quickly here if they want to force an OT with a couple more goals or maybe even take a lead. But we need to see some of that Kango's offense coming into play. And so along the way, there's a pass up top to Loveridge. Loveridge gonna go back up to Seal, and there is the very, very important 2-point shot that they needed after that brief scoring drought.
Yeah, but with the with the continuous clock ticking down, they're only gonna have around 25 seconds to score another 2-pointer or a 3-pointer if they want to remain in the first round.
They can definitely do it, but Instinct here trying to take care of the disc. That's going to be a rough clear almost. Just squeezes it through. That was a very tight angle to get it through all that Geo, but Instinct does in fact do it, and that could be game for them unless that happens. Threw it to the one place they did not want it, so now Kangos can recover, but they do not, so that will do it for round one. Instinct taking maybe an upset, not surprisingly, but at the same time, an upset, no doubt. 8
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
6.
Yeah, as Instinct is a complete new roster this season. They've proven themselves right now, even though they lost or even though they won this first round, they've proven themselves to be a very competitive team.
Yeah, absolutely have. That's been the surprising part as much as anything. We talk about the experience on Instinct. Obviously, they have experienced players who've been at this competing here in this game and playing it for a long time, but dropping just in week 1 of the season, dropping out 2 players to take on 2 new ones, no matter the experience, that's for most teams most of the time, that's still going to be typically a tough transition, right? Regardless of the skill level, team chemistry is a real thing that kind of supersedes any short-term individual skill. But really, Instinct has just not missed a beat. They look like they've been playing for that full preseason as a complete 4.
Yeah, even looking at the stats, very even stun distribution, good pressure coming out of Instinct, being able to respond at the same level that Kang is, that is known to be able to pressure.
Yeah, and we'll just have to see if they can continue it. Right now, chat pointing out too the dash in there, saying Kang's missing some passes. That's kind of what I mean. It's that they've been so impeccably perfect in their first 4 games that you got to figure at some point they're going to miss a few. So far, I mean, Kang opened up with a really hot start on a couple really nice passing plays, but since then, it's just been a bit off, and no doubt some of it caused by the chaos on Instinct. There's Kanamara for 2. Speaking of upsets too, Single Shot informing us in chat that Flare just beat out Illuminati in the first round on VRML 2, 21-6. That, as much credit as I also give Flare for being a great team, that in itself is very surprising, especially that differential, 21-6. Wow.
I think tonight is the night of the underdog. Absolutely, with Flare beating Illuminati in the first round and Instinct beating Kangorillaz, I think we're in for a very exciting set of games tonight.
At the very least, exciting and unexpected first rounds. Definitely. And yeah, shout out to VRML Channel 2 there. That it is Sir Dimwee and Sputnik Cobra casting that game between Flare and Illuminati. But we thank you for joining us here too on the first channel as they're going in for that channel on the goal. Loveridge lining it up and finding it.
Yeah, good response coming out of Kangorillaz, classic Kangorillaz, just sneaking up for that cross pass and scoring a good 2-pointer.
So Kavichi and Cruzen lining up here for the joust. They're going to take that away as they go for a little bit of a short rollout. Doesn't actually meet the hands of any of the players they want to right away, but eventually Spank takes it away, only for maybe a rebound to himself or the Kango's worst case.
Yeah, Instinct not being able to complete some passes. Kangorillaz putting some good pressure.
And getting a tap out, so Kango's here, causing some trouble on the defensive end. Granted, some of that was also just kind of missed passes on Instinct's part, but nonetheless, Kangos are a team who will more often than not punish you if you do make any mistakes. So see if they can do so there, but just a missed time on the pass. Kind of zigged when he should have zagged, but still back pass, and they'll get another chance at it here. And Mad just going to wait.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think personally this is necessary right now at this stage of the game. I think with 7 minutes and 41 seconds, it's necessary to do those risk plays with those time. Even if you're tied right now, Instinct can get this interception and convert it into points. And just as I say that, Spank with a good clear, the race starts. Kangorillaz and Instinct racing for it. Instinct able to go for it. Goes for the cross pass, but good read by Strambitsky, but just getting the clear.
Barely getting it out of there, so good job on their part. I've seen Danimals in the chat. Why are you here? As Spank goes for a clear-looking goal on the 4th point for Instinct.
Yeah, and just as I say that, the unnecessary holding by Mad just wasted precious seconds right now.
Well, the thing is, about that. I don't disagree. It depends on the team and the defense you're playing against. For Kangos, it's kind of a strategy that they typically go to because, like, for the purpose of drawing out the defense. Like, in theory, it's not always a bad thing necessarily, but it depends on the execution. And obviously, Kango's execution was not there on it. But, like, I think the idea wasn't to stall for the sake of it so much as just making sure that when they do get the bubble passes, as they go in for this one here to Seal, Seal getting that one down low, and there, just kind of off on the pass. But basically stalling to bring out the defense so that when you do have the offense going into goal, you know, you're only going against 1 or 2 defenders instead of 3 or 4. Makes it easier in that regard, but it is very predicated on good passing, which Kangos right now are kind of struggling with, to be honest. Right there, good defense from Instinct, better defense from Instinct even. Spank, the save, and Kavici clearing it on out.
Yeah, absolute insane reads coming out from Instinct. Not even the amazing save. It's just Kangorillaz, even with their attempts to bait them out, is able to recover and just not allow any caught passes.
Ooh, and there is a cross. Speaking of, finally, maybe Caster's cursed it, as it usually is the case when we say something, but right before it does happen, you know.
I think that's my first taste of the Caster's curse.
Oh,
right
well.
there.
You'll be in for plenty, at least if my record's any indication. But, yeah, that one desperately needed for Kang, honestly. I know it's a tied-up game now. It's not like it's out of hand, but so many of those opportunities there for Kang just resulted in kind of a missed passes that they wouldn't normally make. You know, they were forced by some good defense, but they were still pretty avoidable on some of those turnovers. So for Kang, they just kind of need to reset their mindset and play more with even emotion, and they'll be good for the second round. So looking for the pass here, and see, there's the one-on-one opportunity there, and Seal comes through with it. So makes it easier because of the only sole defender in the goal.
Yeah, good sneak up by Sealable Bag to just open up that 1v1. I think the team wasn't, Instinct was not aware of it until it was just a little bit too late.
So now playing from a position of being behind by a couple goals, kind of similar to Kang at this juncture of the first round, just about. But see if Instinct can collect themselves now and also come back here.
Yeah, I'm loving this Kang chain grabbing, putting on the pressure, just as Instinct did last round on Instinct now. Just messing up a lot of passes right now in execution. And just as I said, these slight execution plays by either team is going to make them lose this round right now.
Mad finding the pass over there. Pretty dangerous to Strem. There was a stack there from Spank and Kev, who were at least briefly connected. They don't get reconnected, though, so now rejected instead. Kangorillaz is looking to maintain that control with a double back pass play just to back it out further onto their side and space out those defenders even more, drawing them out of position. Now going into position here, but Kanamara Chaos actually playing some good midline defense, just pressuring some of those Kango's passes. Strem avoiding it, backing out to Mad now. And now it'll be, who's this over here? Spank pressing out on the defenders. But you see how they're drawing out the defense deep outside the bubble, just to try and make the bubble more open for those passes. Of course, Instinct is playing this pretty well, clogging up some of those mid lanes inside the 2-point area.
Yeah, I'd say they even are playing this perfectly. Even as they're forced to send one out to pressure, Instinct is able to read, intercept it, and just get it in their possession.
And now good stun, though, from Seal.
As the caster curse continues, Kangorillaz is able to recover it. Again, good chain links coming out of Instinct, not allowing a lot of breathing room for Kangorillaz, making them reset.
Yeah. Instinct playing just about as well as they can, like you said. They're just contesting those triangle lanes. This one just squeezing through, however, into the backboard pass. What a save from Cruzen, though. Grabbing it out of there right on the approach. Looked like a good look for a goal, perhaps, but no, denied. So now Instinct, just an open goal to tie it up. There you have it. 6 apiece.
Yeah, with the last quarter of the game remaining and a tied game, I'm not sure what's gonna go down for the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Could go either way. Obviously, just from a commentator's standpoint, we're looking for those round threes. We want some tight games here. I mean, no matter what, it's been pretty back and forth the whole way. So, basically living up to expectation. My expectation, and I think all the people tuning in, see 27 people popping in and out between these two matches going on right now on stream. So, yeah. Again, for people who are just joining us, as Kangorillaz joined for the past, could not find it or maintain it. But for people joining us, these two teams both undefeated so far in this in the season 1. So, someone is going home with their first loss today. For Kang, they're looking to make it not them as this pass goes through. Cornered but lost off the wall. One of those unforced turnovers I kind of talked about where it could have maybe been avoided, but maybe Kang not going to pay for it depending on how this unfolds.
Yeah, with a 2v1, and then Kangorillaz with a great response. Good chain. Able to get the clear, and now the race starts again. Which team can interrupt the other team?
See, I like what Mad did there. He recognized that he wasn't going to be their fastest on the boost. So what did he do? He played a little bit back in the likely clear lane, and as a result, he bought his team the possession. Maybe buys his team the points. Absolutely leverage. So there you have it. 2 points lead now for Kangos as we wind this second round down. So close, less than a minute remaining.
Yeah, absolutely. What a clutch play by Strambitsky and leverage to maybe secure the round. Second round, I'm putting them to round 3.
That is the hope here as Cruzen holding on with the disc for a while, having some weird interactions. Don't know if that was my end or not, but either way, whoa, the save there. A ambitious shot with a goalie left in goal, but still a 2-point lead. Right now, the reset pretty crucial here to get through. Going to be contested pretty heavily, pretty well, in fact, by Kavici, but luckily Strem playing deep in that back line, just aware of the clock and the fact that they cannot give up any shots, especially threes. So bounce pass does reach Mad, a delivery right back to him. A Cruzen with a fling, but yeah, round 3 it will in fact be. So King, there were a couple points where I was feeling nervous off of some of those back passes and clears, but they did secure this victory in round 2. So excited. Third round it is, Skinny.
Yeah, absolutely. Great play coming out from both teams. Playing near perfect, in my opinion. Just slowing down the plays when necessary, and just trying to draw out the defenders out. But good responses coming out from both teams to give each other a very hard time.
And right now for these teams, Kangorillaz, it's a sealable bag leading it with 8 points offensively, 21 stuns. Leverage with 6 points and assists, 2 steals. Strambitsky, no points, despite he's been on fire these last couple weeks. But look at that, 5 assists. So he's really distributing for his team. Mad has an assist, a save, 22 stuns, and just a lot of resets going out to him in the back line, playing his role back there and doing so very well. For Instinct, it's Kanemaru leading it with 6 points, 2 assists, a save. Spank with 4 points, an assist, and 2 saves, as well as a couple steals. Cruzen, 4 points, 2 assists, 2 saves, and Kavici with an assist, save, and 30 stuns, leading the stun department for his team.
Yeah, isn't Kavici usually the player that has like 70 stuns? I was gonna say that's pretty moderate.
Yeah, but either way, this is just a lot of back and forth play. Even the scores right now, inverses of each other. It's 6 to 8 in round 1, and then 8 to 6 in round 2. So kind of mirroring each other almost are these teams. Ooh, looks like the Instinct actually just lost out on their joust. They hit the wall, the door that is. So that will concede the joust to Kangos here as Strem rolls it to seal.
Yeah, just it's getting to the point where these boosts have to be almost frame perfect coming out of that tunnels in order to get possession of it.
And now taking possession back, another patient reset, playing that back line. I believe it was Cruzen there on that initial dive when that pass went through, just cutting off those long passes as he should. So much shorter range pass, but not quite the right touch on that one. So flies past the intended target as Mad loses it off the Geo here.
Yeah, good punch coming out of Strambitsky in the first drive, just missing that 2-pointer to secure the first points of this round.
Zenith in the chat asking, this is close as they go in for a game. Yeah, it was 8 to 6 and then 6 to 8 between the 2 rounds. So just inverse scores. Very close game all the way through, kind of goal for goal being played. And honestly, I was saying it earlier, but I don't feel like that should surprise people. Kang has been playing really, really good, but Instinct is impressed. And yeah, Kang maybe not quite as online on their passes today as we were used to seeing from them. And just by that merit alone, it's allowed Instinct, more opportunities at goals, and they've capitalized on them. So Seal will play that off to the cross pass, and with a strong dunk, muscling it in is Strem for the 2.
Yeah, just slight misplay coming out of the defense from Instinct, and good read by Strembitsky to just go for the cross pass and secure the first 2 points of the game.
For sure. And real quick, just started a poll too over in the Twitch chat. Just curious, because we know the connoisseur vote what it was. It was favoring Kangos plenty. But I'm curious now what Twitch chat thinks after seeing these 2 rounds play out. Who's going to come ahead? Vote right now. We got 3 minutes as this shot goes out, or pass goes out.
Yeah, and just as we say that, Kangorillaz with just a panic clear, trying to get it out. Instinct applying some great pressure.
Yeah, doing so and getting the disc back as a result. They have 2 playing the deep back line, but a turnover again to Kangos. See if they can get control of the disc here. But yeah, I'm curious after the last 23 minutes of play, whether opinion has changed at all on Instinct, and maybe some people giving them the advantage now or not.
Yeah, we're seeing Kangorillaz being very careful in their execution, trying to bait out that defense as much, and Instinct with the good reads. And as a cross pass comes, Loveridge with sneaking in just to secure a 2-pointer.
Securing it and securing it well. Yeah, that pass has been kind of what's been lacking from Kangos, I guess, compared to what I'm used to. They've had some really nice passes in this match, but they haven't been hitting all of them quite the same as some of those first games from weeks 1 and 2. So those are the ones that Kangorillaz definitely need to execute if they want to come through with this win.
Yeah, absolutely. We're starting to see them slow down the play, and then once the disc is behind with Mad usually on the back line, they start pushing up all as one and just not giving time for Instinct to adjust for that cross pass.
Yeah, and you can see Mad, just as you mentioned him back there, indeed getting the disc and then finding Loveridge. But you see, dragging the defense out of the goal, playing it patient, looking for the extra passes, and there it is for Loveridge. So slow play, drag the defense out, take advantage of an emptier goal than usual. Played well because they made the pass that time and it connected.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems that Instinct is pushing up just a little bit too aggressively right now, and Kangorillaz is making good use of it.
So right now, with 5:55 remaining, still plenty of time, 6-point game. Just checking in at the fan vote on the Twitch channel right now. It's up to 5, expiring in another, I don't know, minute or so, 45 seconds. But 83% for Kang still. So Instinct still not getting love from the audience despite the rather strong performance so far. Interesting.
Yeah, absolute stellar performance tonight. And Kangorillaz is going for the 3-pointer, but just missing.
Yeah, and that one, those are the ones that you want to make when you have those opportunities. That one, whoa, right through. What a shot from Connemara Chaos. That was one of the tightest woven beneath the mail slot shots I think I've ever seen. Dang.
Yeah, absolute. What a clutch play coming out for Connemara. Putting Instinct on the board, closing in the gap. And with 3 points to go, with a 3-point lead and 5 minutes to go, anything can happen.
That was a incredible shot. I got the perfect angle on it too on the camera there. Just barely squeezed it through. It was so just mwah. Anyway, back it goes to Kangorillaz' hands over here as the brawls go on endlessly in the back line and trying to send it over to Strem. Strem, a tough, tight woven pass there. One more, maybe one too many as the goalie dove out on it, but Kang looking to retain.
Yeah, what a good read coming out from the goalie for him. Instinct.
Woo.
Strembitsky juking out, baiting out the goalie and going for the 2-pointer.
So he does take that one away, just slowly creeping up on the front of the goal from that backboard and then dumps it in. So Kang goes up 8-3, still 4.5 left. Looking at that fan vote, it ended up 71%, 5-2 for Kangos to win this one. Now granted, they do have the lead, so, you know, it would make sense, I suppose, as a safe bet anyways, but I mean,
absolutely, but with Instinct, without just a Kangorillaz, it just has a 5-point lead, and 4 minutes is a lot of time, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So
if we see Kangos, you know, miss one pass and Instinct get one good clear and boost, it's already, you know, it's already anyone's game. I mean, it still is. There's a lot of time. Like here it is. There's a turnover. Instinct looking for that boost quickly, but Kangos do get there first, just barely.
Yeah, Kangorillaz with a perfect execution of the chain. Of their chains and just allowing them to get first to the disc.
So nice defense being shown here. Just collecting the disc right back for their team. Instinct couldn't get the clear, so it's going to roll into the hands. It looks like, yeah, Kangos. Loveridge playing the back line this time with Mad actually up in front by the barrier at the moment. So maybe looking for that pass, receives it. One more dish to seal, but he can't retrieve it. And those are the ones that have just not quite been as online as we expect from Kang. And yet here they are, 8-3, looking for another passing play, but just missing again. An Instinct right now, though, they're pretty suffocating on these players here around the goal.
Yeah, Instinct securing every interception
look at
just
that.
on that final pass.
Like no time to work with on those passes. So that even though Kangos are getting the disc back, which obviously is not what Instinct wants, it's just a lot of these 2-point area passes are being closed off and contested heavily. You know, they're feeling that aggression from Instinct right now play a part.
Yeah, great goaling coming from Cruz and being able to read those cross passes and being just playing it all around great aggressive goalie.
There it is too. So again on the stack this time they do cause a turnover. It was Spank and Connemara looking to make it a 3-point game. So it's 2:18 left, 8-5. Instinct not dead in the water yet. They have plenty of room to work with 2 left to spare.
Yeah, Instinct making use of every opportunity given to them and just not letting Kangorillaz breathe.
Sputnik stopping by in the chat, talking about today is a day of upsets. Apparently, indeed, that Flare Illuminati upset did occur, judging by the chat. So, yeah, this could be another one on the way. Kang is leading, but only by a 1-goal thread. So let's see if that thread will unravel for them here or not. But execution is just crucial right now on these passes for Kang.
Yeah, again, going for the slowdown, drawing out the Instinct defense. Just the missing chain link allows Strembitsky to go for the 1v1.
And that was a tough one, too. I believe it was Kavici there in that passing lane. He almost, right there, you can see in the replay, that pass almost taken. It was Connemara, actually, but nonetheless, that could have been just devastating for Kang, honestly, on that one. But Strem just coming through the moves, even though he was held to a fewer amount of points than usual in those first couple rounds. He's coming through really at important times here in the clutch.
Yeah, Instinct trying to speed up their plays right now. With 1 minute to go, they have 5 points to recover. Unfortunately, not being able to execute. Kangorillaz with a good chain, and Instinct able to reset. Now Matt is gonna be forced to reset Strembitsky again with a good back pass.
And at this point, clock not on their side, so I think they do get another goal here, especially, but they don't. So not a lot of time, Skinny, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I think as it approaches this 30-second mark, now I'm about to say this is probably it as Kang takes his disc and gets a pass, and that will very likely do it, barring anything miraculous here, as mathematical time does tick down, as we like to say.
Yeah, yeah. Even though Kangorillaz will take this round, what an absolute stellar performance coming out from Instinct.
Absolutely.
Good two-pointer coming out from Connemara to close out the game. What a close game. I believe no one saw this coming, but again.
Hey, audience, rewind to
pregame. You absolutely did call the third round, so just good performance all around from Instinct.
Yeah, no doubt. So Kang remaining undefeated against what was a prior undefeated team until just now. But yeah, I mean, so Kang does come through. They do, in fact, prove the connoisseur votes true. But Instinct really showing what they're made of here in this series, taking it to 3 games, and the differential immensely close. It goes without saying. I mean, yeah,
absolutely. Just being able to bring the fight to such a strong team that we've seen so far in Season 1 that Kangorillaz is, just proves how good Instinct has become in the first season.
Yeah, and I mean, let's see. I'm not going to risk doing quick math here, but I mean, look, 8-6, 6-8, and then 10-7. So yeah, a 3-point differential on the series. I mean, like I said, not surprised. But before the game even started, I was mentioning all it would really take is Instinct playing very well, and Kango's just playing good, and Instinct would make it a game if that was the case. And I think that was the case. Kango's, they didn't play perfectly for a change. This game, they struggled on some of those passes. They were missing a lot of the open ones. And then there are other ones that were just contested super well by Instinct to force turnovers. So yeah, it was a non-perfect game from King, and it was a very good game from Instinct. So that reflects perfectly well here on the stats. Very happy just from a spectator standpoint that did go to 3 rounds, and we were able to see 30 minutes of what was very, very high-level action.
Yo. All right. Yo, I'm going to let you finish. All right, I'm going to let you finish. But first, okay, Flair had the greatest game all season.
New phone, who dis?
Okay, so that was a little throwback to Kanye. I don't know if y'all remember that one. A little bit of a deep cut.
Oh, don't worry, I caught it swiftly. If you catch my drift, but
yes.
but,
you get it.
You know,
Are we still live?
I had to meme you.
We are live.
Yeah, no, we'll do this live. I was about to go with another meme, but that would have been very inappropriate. But we'll do this live.
Bush loves Echo Arena.
Sputnik, get out of this chat right now.
But yeah,
I will fire you so hard.
Seems like big news. We need to shout it to the moon here, as Flair did take Illuminati in 2.
Sputnik actually left. I wasn't serious, but I mean, I was kind of serious. It was like a half, like. It's always Sputnik who will make those
Palace
references.
got it. Thank you, Palace.
Yeah, and I talked about Flair's potential earlier this season, and it doesn't really surprise me that they were able to with the upset against Illuminati, unfortunately not able to perform on their other VRML games.
And it was definitely one to watch. Flair kind of the round 2 in particular. They had a very, very strong round 1. But it was a closer game.
Also,
don't
mean to cut off, but we do actually have like another match now.
Yes.
That's about 10 minutes late. I'm getting into the matches you can see on the Twitch stream.
And then I'll join Atlas, and then we can get all that going. But just to cap that, just to say that the empty net threes that were getting rocketed in from Flair were just amazing to see. It was so exciting. So everyone, if you didn't watch that game, definitely go check out that VOD. Aside from the fact that I had some pretty critical technical issues, it was an awesome game.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But yeah, today, apparently the day of upsets. On the EU side, it was the day of goalkeeping. Speaking of amazing matches, but anyway, that's neither here or there because we do have a match right now. I'm just trying to get into. So brief intermission just to switch up the names and stuff on the stream for you. But other than that, we'll be back in like a minute. So bear with us as we go into what is this? This is Nebula versus Skull Crusaders. That's right. Okay, BRB stream.